All right, everybody, this is Fortenberry. I'm going to bring you my favorite episode that we've done so far. Episode number 7, Tribute to the Queen. This is probably one of my favorites because this is actually where they kind of got off my shoulders and let me say the stuff I like to say. I've been known as the mean one in the group before, and that just stands to reason. Also, it's one of my favorites because it's the first time we got international listeners. We had a few listeners from Britain and India, and I can only imagine how they felt when they started listening to an episode called A Tribute to the Queen, and they heard us making fun of her. But enjoy. Here it is, Tribute to the Queen.
Welcome to the patio. We're going to share with you our thoughts on the passing of Queen Elizabeth. Is that her name, I think?
Queen Elizabeth, yes.
Queen Elizabeth II. We got rapid fire for you. And then
sexy thing.
We're going to talk to you about the Super Bowl. Who we think is going to be the favorite to win the Super Bowl, at least each of our favorites. Maybe not a consensus favorite, but we're going to share that with you. So, some bad news this week, right?
It was sad.
It was sad.
Yeah, I mean, I made fun of it, but it's sad.
After 73 years.
Our Canadian buddy wasn't sad about it. Y'all see that?
No,
well, I mean, we don't have a queen to deal with. He does.
But after, is that his queen?
Well, not now. He's a bear.
I don't know. Leonard says, screw that chick.
I mean, they're on their money.
But after 73 years, a icon, at least for
she's an icon, yeah.
Around the globe, Queen Elizabeth passed away, right? After 73 years, yeah.
Yep.
73 years. She died at the age of 90.
She passed away after 96, but
yeah.
But she was on the throne for 73 or something like that.
73 years.
That's
what
crazy.
my wife says. I sit on the throne that long too.
But
I will say this. Once again, America wins. She didn't outlast Betty White. Betty White was 99. Our queen beat her.
I think we should go back over there and throw all their tea in the ocean again. In the bay.
All their teeth? That's already happened. Their teeth already. I think the teeth's already gone.
But one thing that came to my mind is,
Britain.
look, we all know who the Queen Elizabeth is, but what does she actually do? What does the Queen do? Because they actually have a parliament. They actually have a chancellor, prime minister. Is the word I look for.
You know what? If I was a citizen of Great Britain, now would be a great time to do away with the monarch.
So apparently in Great Britain, if you get an inheritance...
The Great Bit, is that what happens when the dog comes around?
I had a little bit of Elijah Craig small batch, as we spoke on earlier.
The Great Dane, Great Britain.
So apparently if you get an inheritance, you got to give like 40% of it back to the government. But that's
kind of like America.
That's America.
That's just taxation,
but
right?
that's waived in order to preserve the monarchy.
Oh,
what does the monarchy do? So we got a King Charles. I think he went for third, right?
Yeah, but I saw that meme that said, "Congratulations to the 73-year-old man that finally got it."
That's pretty funny.
There were some great memes, and I put a TikTok out for those that watch my TikTok, or I'm sorry, those that watch our TikTok. They, for some reason, these fools gave me the ability to run it. And
terrible idea.
I know it was a terrible idea. We got major hate. There was some butthurt English people over my TikTok.
I think they were Americans.
They were upset, Jamie.
I don't know. One guy called her mum.
Nah, he was definitely. Yeah.
He said, "I don't think this chap is insulting mum."
So he wasn't butthurt. He was bum hurt.
He was bum hurt. Then he asked me for a fag.
So check this out.
Can't say that.
It's a cigarette.
It's a cigarette.
It's a cigarette.
Yeah.
I mean,
she was never.
Did he call me a Nancy boy? And I can say that because my mom was named Nancy. So,
ooh.
I'm not even sure what that was, but I was Nancy's boy.
So apparently, Queen Elizabeth was never supposed to be queen.
Oh no! Yeah, the throne was
abdicated by her uncle as he proposed marriage to a divorced socialite,
who was also a hardcore Nazi, I believe. Is what you're reading telling you that?
If my wife ever leaves me for all my mistakes, can y'all call me a divorced socialite? That sounds much better.
I think you can call yourself anything these days.
Look, one of the best things I read, it was a eulogy for the Queen. And it said she was a devoted wife to her cousin.
That's exactly right. I just read that. That was her. That her husband was.
I didn't know the Queen was from Arkansas.
They were second cousins, but they were second cousins once removed. So
She died a devoted wife to her cousin.
She's from Arkansas, Mississippi, Alabama.
they were actually multiple cousins. They were second cousins once removed.
Who
Through
knew Buckingham was a trailer?
King Christian IX of Denmark.
I'm going to Buckingham trailer. I'll be right back.
And third cousins through Queen Victoria. I think they're from Broadway Trailer Park, actually.
They were meth dealers, definitely.
Oh, God bless you, Queen. God save the Queen.
Hallelujah.
We say this as a jest because it's funny.
But what does the Queen do? So, like,
Nah,
what is
she
King?
is just a
What is King Charles going to
The
do?
Parliament does everything.
Yes. Look, I think the price is like for like $9 a person. We can get a Queen.
So look, I've been some places I ain't never been over there. I really think the Parliament runs everything now. I don't really think the monarchy does a whole lot. I think they have like they give insight on the board, right? But I don't think they're actually pulling weight like back in the day, right?
No. What they are is an action figure you bought, a collectible action figure you put up on the shelf and you just let them sit there.
This is
So the Queen is the G.I. Joe with the kung fu grip.
Exactly,
Listen.
that you don't open.
Jamie
Does
said.
nothing.
So I posted in our little group, right, our message group. And I said, the Queen died. And Jamie said, oh, my gosh, what happened? I said, man, she's old. And Jamie said, I thought she died in combat.
Died in battle, man. That's where you spot. That's where royalty died.
She had a sword.
She died in battle. Like, she could have been in a pub fight. There's a lot of stuff that could happen.
Dude,
I'd be scared if I saw the Queen in a pub fight. In the pub for one, she shouldn't be there.
Look, I did
That's out
see
of
a
place.
video of the Queen the other day shooting like a 50 cal machine gun, which was pretty freaking sweet.
I saw that,
Like,
but
she was a lot younger.
But you know what? No matter how hard she wants to be, it's American right there.
That's pretty American.
That's
right?
pretty American.
So the Queen's main job is to be a political figurehead, which is what we was talking about earlier. Alongside her
To get
formal
what?
rights, be a political figurehead. Alongside her formal rights, which include being consulted by the Prime Minister and weighing in on certain national decisions, her duties are a mix of tradition and morale boosting.
Okay, now I will say that I do see her as a morale booster. Because when times are
I don't know, like
down.
her presence matters to people.
Yes,
right?
I mean it don't to me, but to English people, it's a big deal.
Yeah, but is it really? I mean, I think it's kind
Hell,
of
apparently it is because I had enough people come on there and bitch about me.
No, those
talking
were
bad
mostly
about her.
Americans.
She's like the Rock of Britain.
The Rock a bit like the Rock of Gibraltar. Or?
No, like the Rock.
Like,
that
oh, you
plays
mean like
on-
the actual Dwayne Johnson?
Yeah, she's like, do you smell? And they're like, oh, they smell.
Yeah, that sounds like
Do you smell what the Queen is cooking?
the Queen is cooking.
Meth.
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 She's cooking meth.
Look, all I know is
That's the Queen of Arkansas.
I would have been more upset if it had been Queen Latifah that passed away. I'm just saying that. Bold statement.
I like Queen Latifah.
You wouldn't have got another got a chance to watch another terrible series of Queen Latifah.
So how much do you think?
Did y'all?
Go ahead.
Did y'all see the post I put on our Facebook?
Probably not, because we don't look at it like anyone else.
Look,
no one else looks at it.
It was a
either.
picture of Charles with a guitar. It said the artist formerly known as Prince.
I did see that. It was funny.
So do you want to take a guess as to the cost in million British pounds per year to maintain the
£3 billion pounds.
Oh, way more.
Man.
I need to know the
Way
exchange
more?
rate
Way
for
more.
British pounds
Holy-
to dollars first.
So for what? What exactly?
To
Just
maintain the
cost
British
of it?
monarchy.
All right, so it is.
So it ain't $3 million.
No, it's $246 million.
Not that.
Or pounds.
Well, it ain't gonna be
Right.
dollars.
It is 100 million.
Almost.
Dang, 97.
I want you to tell us because we're just.
But Gary
87.
makes a good point. It's
that's
1
pounds,
point.
though.
Actually, maybe it is.
yeah, what's the exchange rate? That's what I know.
$1.16 per pound. So actually, it'd be a little bit less than 86.
Do the math,
87 million pounds.
You know what I think the best thing come out of England?
What?
Y'all remember the TV show Are You Being Served?
Oh, that was a great.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's on
Dude.
PBS, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were poor and
When we
didn't
were poor,
have
we
cable
didn't
we
have
television.
air.
we had 4 channels.
It was not funny though.
Me and my girl.
It was hilarious,
It
dude.
was
Mr.
hilarious.
Peacock.
Yeah.
It was dumb.
Hey, I would like to point out the last 6 years of Jamie's poor life, he lived with me, so he wasn't poor.
That's right.
So he did not have to watch Are You Being Served? He just chose to watch Are You
But at
Being
one
I
point,
know.
I did grow up in a double wide trailer with an addition built on. So at one point, we were
Well,
poor.
I mean, I wasn't poor. We ate.
But Jamie,
we had
Jamie
food.
didn't seem to come around until we weren't poor no more.
Well, I mean, look, that's
you didn't want to be my friend until we weren't poor no more.
Look, I know how to move in right.
Sorry, Jamie.
So, if you were to talk to the new king of England, what's Fortenberry? What is some advice you'd give this fellow?
Is this the king of pop?
No, the king of England.
King of England.
King Charles, the whatever.
I would ask him, what would possess you to cheat on Diane with that creature that you're married to now?
Isn't that the truth?
Who is he married to?
Camilla.
Hey,
Princess
Caballo.
Dude,
Diana was pretty fly.
Princess Diana was fine, dude.
Fly.
And I mean, as a grown ass man now, whew,
You like that?
man, what you talking about? And Camilla looks like a horse, and like the back end of one, not like the front side.
I think Gary likes it back in the
You like the back end of a horse?
Gary, what do you
want to say? Yeah.
What would you like to say to King Charles from the patio?
I really don't care ever since we won the Revolutionary War.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
America.
I
don't care what those Britons
TW,
do.
you got any recommendations for King Charles?
Nah, let's make tea in the bay.
Stay strapped, get clapped.
Yep, screw
George
them kids.
Washington.
Washington.
Don't get claps.
Possibly.
No.
Don't get clapped.
Look, let's call it like it is. We don't. I mean, like,
We don't care.
I hate she died. I didn't want to.
yeah,
I didn't
You
want
don't
to.
wish anybody to die.
Yeah, I don't want to bag to die or nothing. But I mean, you know,
Right,
it's sad.
so it's the definition of empathy, right? So like I can feel bad for you because somebody died, your dog died, right? I don't know your dog, I don't care about your dog, but I had a dog one time, so I can feel bad about you, like if your dog.
Yeah,
died.
we had an old woman in this country that died one time.
Betty White.
That's
I kind
right.
of felt bad about that.
Oh, I was way more tore up about Betty White.
I like Betty White.
I might have shed a tear on Betty White. I mean,
Yeah.
she's our queen.
She, 100%.
That was our queen. Betty
Betty
White was
White.
our
She
queen.
was a golden girl.
She was a
Hell
golden
yeah.
girl. She
Betty
was-
White.
You know what? Betty, she's on Golden Girl. She
Look,
was.
to be honest, I was more upset about Betty White than I was the Queen.
I just said that.
I
Why
know
do you
you
take
said
my
that. I'm
stuff?
just telling you my
You
feelings.
confirmed.
You confirmed what I said. I
100%.
appreciate that.
It was a confirmatory statement.
I'm not sure I had much emotion about the Queen either.
Rest in peace, Queen.
Yeah,
But rest in peace, Miss Betty White.
that's
You
right.
were amazing.
All right. Do you guys
America.
want me to throw something out there?
One thing, you got one thing left.
I'm
and
gonna
then we
throw
gotta
something out
move
there.
on.
You say something bad about Betty White.
I'm gonna
I'll
throw
punch
something
you
out there.
in the
I'm
face.
gonna call it right now.
If you say Betty,
I'm gonna say something right now. I'm gonna call it out.
All right, what you calling
Do
it?
you
Both say it.
do you think?
How long does Prince Charles stay alive?
No, it has nothing to do with
King
that.
Charles.
Do you think there's gonna be more accusations come out from Meghan Markle because of this?
What type of accusation?
I mean, I don't.
All
I
right,
mean,
look.
I'm gonna be quite honest.
If there's gonna be a queen, it needs to be Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
Or there's a lot of I was just wondering if that was gonna occur.
Yeah, she'd be the queen of my double wide trailer. The polyester curtains.
curtains.
The redwood deck.
Redwood deck.
Rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth, and
Yeah.
live from the patio.
Let's turn one up for Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth,
Cheers.
rest in
Hey,
peace.
Cheers.
Skull.
And long live
salutations.
King
Is
Charles.
that what
Long
they say
live
in
King
England?
Charles.
I don't know.
America.
All right, this for you,
America.
Queen.
Queen.
God bless you.
God bless you.
America.
All right, moving right along. All right, next topic. So now we're going to hit rapid fire. Okay, and the way this works is we have some headlines from the week or from the day, and we'll get your first take on these headlines. All right, are you guys ready?
Are you ready?
We're too ready.
All right,
We're
this one
born
sounds
ready.
strange. New York governor declares disaster emergency after polio found in wastewater. Fortenberry.
What?
They found the polio virus in wastewater. And they declared a state of emergency.
Who's drinking wastewater?
Exactly, but what do you think about that? The New York governor declared.
Don't drink
disaster.
it. That's my hot take. Don't drink wastewater.
So I think it says wastewater, but it probably means like does that mean the sanitized water?
Yeah, no, it means wastewater. It means the poop, the sewage.
Sounds like polio got lost.
Okay, so do we care if polio's found in the wastewater? Aren't they
I
gonna
assume
fix-
there's probably all kinds of stuff in wastewater.
Aren't they
I
going to
would
fix
think
that?
so.
I guarantee you there's staff.
There might be something going on that we're not smart enough to figure out, but I'm going to look.
There are probably a lot of worse things than polio in your wastewater.
Bold statement. Don't drink wastewater.
Don't drink wastewater.
Look, that's
Hey, man, what's next?
Don't
All right.
bathe in it either.
Rapid fire.
Next, Europe could see a devastating event as power producers face $1.5 trillion in margin calls.
What?
in margin calls.
In margin calls.
They're
So
buying.
like they're calling back debts.
That's the fake butter, margarine.
Margarine. And unfortunately,
Shot up.
I had an Aunt Margaret.
The margarine cost shot up.
I'll be honest, I don't have much opinion on that. I'm not
Yeah.
really sure what the hell we're talking
America, I don't care what happens in Europe.
Screw
don't
them.
care.
Screw them
Okay.
kids.
Next.
You gotta
Is
get
a
it
housing
fixed.
market crash coming? Gary, do you think a housing market crash is coming?
Yes. Simple.
Insightful.
Why not? It's
Why do you think so?
inflation's through the roof. They're also going to give a lot of approve a lot of loans out to people without good credit, is what I'm hearing as well. And then that happened in Arizona where a bunch of people did that and lost their house or left their houses, and that's where the market crashed.
I think it's just overbought. It's bound to crash.
I don't necessarily think it's going to crash. I think it is going to come down. I think it's inflated right now. I don't know if it'll crash.
So look, I think more importantly, who does it matter to? So like me, I
bought a house.
I spent money. I built a house. I don't plan on going anywhere.
Yeah, if you don't plan on leaving
I'm
it,
comfortable with my payment. So I'm fine.
As long as you don't have a variable rate, it shouldn't affect you, right?
Nah, like VA dog.
Unless you're planning on selling anytime soon, no, I don't think it should.
yeah, people are going to sell. They're going to lose their ass. But I mean,
Yeah, like right now may not be the best time to take that chunk of money, right?
that's what, and that's kind of what I'm getting at. Is I think the housing market is going to have a shift. I don't necessarily know if it's going to crash.
Yeah, sometimes it's better
Houses
just to sit
are
down,
going to
right?
be permanently more expensive.
Probably for a little bit. Probably forever.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
that's. So, I mean, I don't know about crash, but it'll definitely have a shift.
Well, we got a call from a realtor, not 2 months after we finished building our house. And they were like, they basically told us, it's a rough time. Like, it was expensive to buy a house in.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, we can get you $80,000 more
I get
sell your house right now.
contacted twice a week.
Right?
People interested in buying a home.
But it's
me-
not,
me
it's,
too, Terry,
it's
me
not
too.
worth it because what are you
Twice a
going to
week.
go
And they
buy?
keep calling me my
Well,
wife's
that's my
name.
thing. So I had somebody tell me they'd get me about $80,000 more than my house worth.
What are you going to go buy? That's
Dude, I
comparable,
couldn't
right?
fit Fortenberry Nation.
Cornberry Nation.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of us. I couldn't fit us all in.
Jamie needs a mansion.
All right, next take. Seattle's teachers union shut students out of school once again.
Just for the record, I was still talking.
Yes,
Yeah, he's
So
pushing
say that
us along.
again. 'Cause I
How
was
dare
talking.
you cut him off?
He's the moderator.
Seattle's teachers union shut students out of school once
Nobody
again.
care about Seattle.
Why?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Is there more to it?
Yeah, because they're on strike.
Why are they on strike for?
Why?
Students in Seattle apparently didn't suffer enough from the school closures brought on by bureaucrats.
I don't think that's why they on strike.
Democratic politicians and teachers
Are you
union.
reading
Now the
this?
teachers union is shuttering schools.
Are you reading
in
this
the
from
state once
Fox?
again. No, actually, it's not. It's from Washington Examiner. The Seattle Education Association authorized a strike on Tuesday, keeping 54,000 students out of school.
Are
for the
they on
first 2
strike
days
for a pay
of the
raise?
school year. They're demanding higher pay as
Okay.
well as other programs and holding students hostage at the start of school year to achieve them. I think that's a little
Yeah, it is a little
that's probably
extreme.
a little extreme hostage. They're keeping
Yeah,
them from going.
I mean,
to
because
school.
first of all, they can go
Hostage.
home.
That's kind of crazy, but man, pay
Dude,
the
I will
the
tell
teachers,
everybody
man.
here.
Pay the teachers.
So
Yeah, pay 'em.
me
Shoot.
and DW both, our wives are teachers, and they don't get paid enough.
Yeah, so your wife she high school now?
High school math.
Yeah, so my wife's college professor.
Yeah,
Like, pay the teachers.
pay them.
Oh,
Pay
crap.
the teachers.
Shoot.
But do you guys realize how much, even though everybody thinks that these are just kids not going to school, you know how much effect that has on those people in Seattle's
effect.
family? That's insane because they expect their kids going to school. Now they have to find somebody to watch their kids so they can go to work. You know how hard that is?
True.
That is insanely hard. If I was a parent, I'd be at
You are a
school.
parent.
I am a parent.
Just throw that out there,
but
just so
not,
you know.
not a Seattle kid parent.
I don't want you to forget. You got a little nation going on too.
I do. I may be the baby of the patio, but I have the most babies in the patio.
You do have the most nation. You are full fledged.
All right.
Where
Okay,
were we?
next topic. The New York Times reports Republicans winning the White House could plunge U.S. and world into chaos. New York Times congressional correspondent warned that chaos could ensue if Republicans take control of the House of Representatives.
Because they haven't done that
DW?
enough. Democrats hadn't plunged it into chaos already.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, I mean, it's been utter chaos for the last 18 months.
So here's the
Right.
report. In this report published last Thursday, he claimed that the potential influx of new GOP lawmakers that have fringe positions and who have espoused conspiracy theories could hamper the government in its ability to do everything tasked. But isn't that what he's had in place? He's had the House, he's had the Senate. This is Biden I'm talking about, the president. He's had both. So
he ain't had shit. Somebody else has. He just
hasn't been able to push anything through.
Because they don't want to. Politics, as usual, is to have one-item discussions like abortion or free college education or
what? Freak?
Free.
Oh, they said free.
That's the whole point. Both sides, all they want to do is have one item for everybody to argue over, and that's all they'll vote on.
You also form a crazy bill with a couple little items that you want to pass that you truly want to pass.
Yeah, like you have a great bill, then you put in there, we're going to murder all yellow cats.
So we're gonna do a play on words, is what you're saying.
Well, it's not a play on words. It's bold-faced lying.
It's just
you're burying important stuff in good bills, and then you bitch because they don't pass.
You're sneaking stuff in, right? That supports your agenda.
We underestimate their sneakiness.
Now, to be honest, both parties do it.
No,
right?
I didn't.
No,
Look,
I know you didn't, but
I am a full believer that both sides are the same shitty side of one coin.
100%.
I kind of believe you're better off having the two houses different. So
what are y'all's thoughts on doing ranked voting? I think we need to do ranked voting as a society.
Explain ranked voting.
Thank you. I was going to say.
Okay, explain. So like if all four of us are running for president.
Hot damn.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Hey, let's go, America.
Let's do it.
So somebody can come in there and vote me 1, Terry 2, Donnie 3, Gary 4.
I demand Taco Tuesday.
And if I don't catch 50% of the vote, the next person on his list, they just move them up. So
they take you out if you aren't.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I said it backwards. So, say if Gary was the last one, he only got like 3% of the vote.
So
he's removed.
I got 4.
And all his votes go to the highest.
So instead of ranking, you just vote for one person. You rank 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, but so basically,
so you rank them by order, right?
Yeah, you rank who you want the most.
So instead of voting for one person, you vote for all 4, but you vote for them in order.
So, like, here's a good example. So, like, this last election, I would have wanted to cast my vote for Yeezy 2020.
Yeezy.
But I knew my Yeezy vote wasn't going to count because he wasn't going to win.
I still want some Yeezy.
So what I could have done is I could have voted Yeezy 1, Trump 2. And if Yeezy didn't get high enough votes, then my vote to Trump would have been pulled forward. And it'd been a vote for Trump.
So you wanted to vote for Yeezy?
Man, Yeezy 2020. I want Wu-Tang 2020, but they didn't run.
Wu-Tang 2020.
I'd say Project Pat would be a good candidate.
Dang, Project Pat.
He is a felon, though.
He can gorilla pimp, though.
Cocaine sales be through the roof, but Project Pat can make some stuff happen.
Make it happen.
Late night
next
tip.
Topic.
He'll be giving America that late night tip.
This goes back to, it's not exactly the 7-Eleven swords that Gary turned us on to, but a woman was beheaded with a sword by her ex.
Oh, hot damn.
In front of horrified onlookers.
I would suspect they were horrified.
It occurred in San Francisco in the Bay Area.
Of course it did.
What kind of sword?
Ninja sword.
Probably a ninja sword.
We need to know.
She was only in her 20s with 2 daughters who have not officially been identified. But sources say that she obtained a restraining order against a man identified as Jose Solano Landeeto of Hayward. Landeeto is now into custody after being arrested at the scene of the beheading where authorities said he returned. Wow. So he chopped her head off and then came back.
It just sounds horrible.
That sounds like some cartel stuff.
Yeah, that's messed up right there.
Yes,
I don't know what response you're wanting from us besides I will say this. I will go on a limb. I 100% against beheadings.
All right. I'll go out on a limb and say this sword did 100% not come from a gas station.
I don't know about that.
No, it was sharp.
Yeah, I know Gary feels differently.
I feel very strongly about swords come from gas stations.
It was sharp.
You can get sharp swords from the gas station.
All right, next topic. Washington.
Lies.
From the Washington Examiner.
No lies.
Migrants bust to sanctuary city Chicago are shipped off to the suburbs. So the migrants come across the border. They're shipped up north. They've been sending them to New York, but send them to Chicago. And the mayor of Chicago decides, let's send them to the suburbs.
You talking about Beetlejuice?
Beetlejuice.
I think.
Don't say her name 3 times.
Beetlejuice.
Lauren Lightfoot is going to show up at our podcast.
I think she just did. But anyway, she's shipping those buses directly to the suburbs.
So didn't one of us see a bus load?
I think I could have. When I was traveling earlier this week, I think I ran into a bus load of those. And it looked as if they were headed to Chicago, but I didn't get to talk to them.
So if you could have, would you know what they're saying?
They spoke a little English. They were like, no, I guess that was Spanish. So
spoke a little Spanish?
They spoke mostly Spanish. I was thinking they spoke English, but I understood those two words.
I remember being a young lad hearing Spanish for the first time thinking, this person is speaking Klingon. I had no clue what was being said to me.
But you knew Klingon?
Jamie just said live long and prosper.
Who don't know Klingon?
Terry, me and Terry went to the Dominican Republic this year, and we had a waiter. What was his name?
Klingon.
The pool guy.
The pool guy. There was two of them. Bendy was one of them.
Bendy was one of them.
That
he was
like,
really good.
That sounded like something you was asking to do. Be Bendy.
Bendy, and that's what I want to do. I know they're not listening, but I want to give a shout out to Bendy and Javier because they kept the drinks flowing.
They
sound
did.
like cool dudes.
Margaritas, they were, and man, they really
We tipped them well, and I guarantee you if we go back next year, they'll still be there.
We need to get Bendy and Javier on this podcast.
100%.
We probably couldn't even find them again.
We probably couldn't find them, but if they hear
guys.
us, if we have that type of reach, come to our podcast.
I think we need to find a girl named Bendy.
My boy Javier
There's
was
one
missing
in
a finger.
Australia, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a crocodile hunter. Crocodile hunter's daughter, her name's Bendy. She's
Bendy, his name was Stabby.
well, he got stuck in the heart by
Got shot through the heart.
Hey, look, I will
fight the plane.
I won't fight you over the queen, but I'll fight you over crocodile hunter.
You know what? When this fine gentleman who I did love died, Puddin' D-Rock called me and said, see what those stingrays will do to you?
Yep.
Psychologists say there's a rise in the number of lonely single men. There was an article for Psychology Today titled "The Rise of Lonely Single Men" about straight men being the loneliest they've been in generations.
I fully disagree.
It says that dating opportunities are diminishing. Straight men represent 62% of the dating app users.
All right, so look, this dating apps. Get out.
Yeah.
Get out in the world. Drink a beer. Go to the Flying Saucer in Memphis. Hallelujah.
Look, the reason I disagree with that is
you find a lady.
A lot of men don't actually give a shit about dealing with these old crusty ass women now that want to. Every one of them thinks they're a 10, and then we go out there and talk bad about men. You got to be 6 foot 6 inches and make 6 figures. Ain't nobody worry about y'all.
Gary's a mark of the beast. Gary's freaking mark of the beast.
He broke all 3.
Mark of the beast. 10,
Yeah,
10, 10.
how you over 6'6"?
But here's the thing: people got to realize to form a relationship, you got to do more than swipe left. Is it left?
100%.
Swipe.
I don't even know which way.
I have no clue.
I swipe up.
If I ever got single again, which I please, dear Lord, not, my wife would take me for everything I'm worth because I got 4 kids.
That's why I try to be worthless.
Yeah, I'm trying. You're a smart man, Jamie.
Yeah.
But
I can't take me for nothing if I ain't got nothing.
But I would have no clue what to do, how to date or anything like that. I'm like, what do I do with my thumbs? I don't know.
All right, so along similar lines. So we just talked about lonely men, right?
That doesn't sound much different in high school.
For real. I didn't know what to do then.
We just talked about lonely men. So the next topic: are nuclear families at risk of extinction?
What's a nuclear family?
Nearly a quarter of children born since the year 2000 were raised in single-parent households.
You have touched on a subject that I have a lot of opinions on. It's us. I mean, is a population. There's only one race that's and I hate to bring race into it. There's only one race that's not falling into the fracturing of the nuclear home, and that is the Asians, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, as a people, we've done terrible. And children.
Well, I mean, if you really break us down as a country as a whole, it does, because I think there's 2 different time points, right?
In the early 20s, in the turn of the century, 1900s, and the family structure was strong. Dude, we have a problem with fractured homes.
No,
Yeah,
we
the nuclear
100%
family.
do.
The
And
nuclear family.
It's not black and white though.
No, it's not black and white.
No, fractured homes.
Our government has whored out women to be the prostitute for the government.
100%.
They pay them for having kids out of wedlock. Mm-hmm. Then we pay for the kids to go to school. We do all this stuff. Meanwhile, we don't hold men responsible.
Nope.
No, so a lot of times it is like women looking for love and men just giving them babies.
Quit looking for shitty men.
Yep. But it,
Dude, if you're going to church looking for men, you'll find a lot better men than going to the strip club or going to the club, right?
all right, so let's think about this.
Let's think.
I'm
about it.
playing devil's advocate here, right? So I'm a single
I'm
guy.
playing Jesus advocate. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jesus. So I'm a single guy, right? You're a single.
I'm gonna tell him.
You're apparently a taken guy, Jesus advocate. But
he is taken.
if I want to go to the
Multiple
club,
times.
whatever, like I hook up with a girl, give her a baby, I can disappear into thin air.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Sure can.
She can't leave that.
No.
Right?
But you know what she can do?
She can hold on.
She can decide not to just spread them legs.
She can choose that. But,
yes,
I mean,
they're capable of it.
I don't know, man.
Are we saying women are so weak that they can't decide not to have sex
No.
with us?
Like I think it's
Hey, I think we're getting off in the weeds here.
Yeah,
the
we're getting
question
off in
was
the
about
weeds.
the
Y'all in the
nuclear
weeds.
family. You know, the nuclear family is this: it's a mother and a father that share responsibilities of the family. Now, whether they work or not, that's totally separate.
so we're starting.
Can a homosexual family be a nuclear
it's not
family?
starting over. It's just clarification.
Can a homosexual family be a
I
nuclear
don't know,
family?
can it?
I don't know. Hey,
I think it could.
Let me give the
I know.
my
So
idea.
I
as
think it could.
No,
As
I think two homosexual parents can love their children. Don't be wrong.
as a fresh starting point, define the nuclear family.
You just did.
Somebody.
It's two
Well,
parents.
I missed it.
It's
I-
two
Two
parents.
parents. Two parents.
It's just two parents. Any gender, race,
Well-
anything.
Well, I think the original definition is a man and a woman.
It is.
Yeah,
original.
but whatever.
But I think
But Fortenberry asked a good question. Can it be two same sex? And I think it can.
Yes, two
Yeah,
same sex people can raise a great kid.
yes, but I don't think
Yes.
that's a nuclear family.
Now,
It's probably the
looking at
modern
the
definition.
You're looking for a
But
definition.
isn't it closer to a modern definition?
Let me ask you this: the young boys need a father.
yes.
So if you have two
Okay,
women, can they have a father?
So I'll put it this way: I think young boys need a male role model?
Okay, yeah, okay.
Now, does it? Can you have two gay women that
Was a male role model?
have a son or adopt a son through some form, right?
Mhm.
And then the
Good,
male,
they could be great parents.
Hold on, and
I'm
then
just adding to it.
then the male role model be one of their brothers.
So you just got to risk
Yeah.
it that there's a dude floating around
No,
somewhere.
like what if you like think about my sisters, right? What if if by some chance
That was
Don't
dark.
edit that.
That was dark.
don't edit that, but I will fight you, right? I will still fight you as a grown man, okay?
Oh God!
All right.
They're about to thumb fight,
I'll
guys.
drown you. No, it ain't gonna be a thumb fight. I'll drown you in Terry's pool.
Oh, okay, keep going.
All right, but so you got two. They're fist bumping. But I mean, honestly, if you have two women and they have a child by adoption or by I don't know what it's called.
In vitro fertilization,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
in vitro fertilization.
So, but what if you look at that brother for the male role model? I mean, I know a lot of people probably think that male role model isn't important, but I think it is. If you're
No, it's
a
very
male,
important.
right?
But I think what you're doing though is you're also. Now, I'm no way saying that two women can't be wonderful parents and loving and nurturing, but I think we've decided we believe that a young boy needs a male role model.
It is an important influence.
So
I
but
think
there
where can you
also-
I
guarantee?
think any child needs a loving
I
family.
think so too.
I
Because
think you
supportive
need
and learning
love,
family.
right?
a little girl, that's where they learn how
And the
to.
nuclear family, Fortenberry is right, is defined as primarily a heterosexual married couple.
So there have been plenty of people who have been raised up by a single mom who didn't have a solid father figure, right? But I think most of the time you find that at some point in your life. Whether you end up being
Yes, I agree, but I think what I'm getting at is when you, and I am not throwing homosexual couples under the bus.
no, absolutely.
But
not.
when you say, okay, we're going to have two women that are going to raise a son, you're taking a gamble that there is that there eventually somebody will show up that could be a positive male role model?
Well, I don't think so. I think it depends. I think it also depends.
Is there always going to be a positive male role model?
Well, so when I talk about this story, I have two people in mind, right?
Give us names.
And they're both friends of mine. I won't give you names, but I don't think they're going to push their kid either way.
Well, I'm not talking about pushing them either way.
I think they'll allow positive role models of any kind.
No, I'm not talking about pushing kids.
We've gotten off in the weeds. The original question: Are nuclear families at risk of extinction? And we have any
yes, they're at it. Yes,
and I think it's correlated with God being taken out of society.
I think so too.
That's why I will say that. It's not the fact. I hate to say it. It's not the fact of just God being taken out. It's because of morality.
Our society is built on a Christian society.
It's what it is.
Well,
under God.
Like it or not, I mean, and I'm not saying you got to be Christian, but that is what our society is built on.
But it's based on biblical morality, right?
Yes.
And a lot of times Old Testament morality.
Yeah, I had a preacher, growing up. I did go to church. I do believe in God. Was doing a sermon, and he went on about, what if God wasn't real? What's the worst thing that could happen?
I agree.
It is what you lived a good life with good morals, and you die,
and you have no existence beyond that.
Existence beyond
that. But you weren't a piece of shit.
You weren't. Exactly. You helped people because you were living. You believed in God, and you're following the rules.
I heard someone one time, and the preacher said, "What if God was one of us?"
What if God was?
That was a good song. How was it? She was going around. It was in black and white. I remember the music video.
I believe it was Nietzsche that had. He was one of the philosophers that had theorized exactly what you were just saying. Mm-hmm. So what if he used logic to determine if God exists, and he did pros and cons, and in the end, he surmised
it's irrelevant.
It doesn't matter, because if you believe in God, follow His teachings, and live a good life, and you did the things you're supposed to do, that you have a much more fulfilling life.
You're at least a better person. It doesn't matter
what happens at the end of it.
Agreed.
I agree. Because honestly, my heart's pretty cold. If I didn't have morals, like I could be a bad person. I mean, that's just honest to God. I could be a bad person, right? But I really do think morals and just the general moral compass matters a lot. I don't know where it comes from, but
it's instilled into us as a child.
It is.
I know that's
I think morality and humanity go hand in hand. I think you know the right direction, right? And I think
you could still be hard and have humanity, though.
Yes, 100%. Regardless whether you believe in a God or not, I think you still have a general belief in morality. So where does morality come from, right?
Remember, it's better to be a warrior on a farm than a farmer in a war.
Yeah, or a garden, right?
Yeah.
All right, good topics. We're going to touch back on these at some point, I'm sure, as we go along. I got a couple more headlines, and then I can't remember what we were going to finish with. Our Super Bowl championship.
Yeah.
Super Bowl. This is an interesting topic. As when you look at our leaders in Washington on television, you find that
strong
they're
leaders.
they're old leaders.
No, I'm strong. Can't none of them deadlift.
But here's a recent poll.
Get out of here.
73% of Americans are tired of the gerontocracy and want age limits on elected
Damn
officials.
right.
Hallelujah.
Look,
Put some fresh blood in there, man.
Do you know what will fix this?
Joe Biden is 79, Nancy Pelosi 82, Mitch McConnell 80.
It's called term limits.
Trump's what, 74?
Term limits.
He's 76. If
too old, man. Too old.
Term limits.
Term limits.
Not term limits. Age limit.
The average age of senators is 64 years old.
Term limits.
Most people are retiring at that age. Yet we have all these people in their 80s that are still making decisions. Look, my dad's 80 years old. I wouldn't want him in any type of decision.
Look, I mean, honestly, by the time I'm 80 years old, dude, I don't care. It's like,
I hope I know where the bathroom is at 80.
Exactly. Like, I just don't
you will
care
be
what
in
you
britches.
say.
I
mean, that physically isn't where the bathroom in my house is, I guess. But
it'll be wherever you're sitting.
It's wherever.
All right, next topic. Moving on from quick takes. I think there was some good back and forth. We tend to get in the weeds, but the weeds sometimes is where we like to live here in Life from the Patio. Weeds. Now we're going to go and talk about this is the opening weekend of NFL football. By the time we put out this episode, the first week's games will all be over with. But we're going to talk about who do you think, and I'm not talking about odds in Vegas or at any of the gambling houses. Who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl, Gary?
Well, my heart is in Atlanta.
Well,
oh my
that ain't where the trophy's going to be.
My heart's
I
there.
don't know where that trophy's going to be.
But my mind and every other part of my body is saying Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
The Natty
Joe
Bengals.
Burrows.
Who they going to play?
Nobody.
No, they're not playing.
Undisputed champions.
The undisputed champion of the world.
Because when they play somebody, they're going to be a nobody once they're done, son.
Wow. But what about, okay, so you got Kansas City, they're an AFC team. They play in the same division as Baltimore and Pittsburgh and Cleveland, so they should have a pretty...
Hey, didn't Kansas City get rid of their number one receiver? I'm not sure about that.
I believe they did.
Yeah, they did.
Who is Cincinnati's
sure
number
getting rid
one
of
or
is the right
two
term.
or three receiver?
They got rid of a guy named Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. He seemed a little fast, didn't he?
A little bit fast.
Little bit
Cincinnati's still
So
pretty
you got
loaded.
Cincinnati. Who they playing, dude?
I don't even know. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You got Cincinnati. All right.
Joe Money gonna get it.
Fortenberry, who you got winning Super Bowl?
Man, I think I said this for 2 years now. I got the Bills
The Bills.
beating
Uh-oh,
the Packers.
Oh. Do you know that
Oh,
the
wow.
Packers is who I was going to say is also playing in the Super Bowl?
No,
Really?
I was.
No. Who's their receivers?
They don't need any.
All right, so you're gonna take out the receivers. You're gonna have Aaron Rodgers. Who's Aaron Rodgers gonna throw the ball to? Because he can't run no more. Lazard, is he not gonna play the first game?
Dubes.
It don't matter,
I probably
dude.
said that incorrectly.
It does not matter who he has.
It does matter.
He looks like he's still in Cadillac Converters.
Did they also lose their number one receiver as well?
Don't matter.
So that's probably the number one receiver in the
It's all
NFL.
me.
NFL went to the
Okay,
Vegas.
so hold
Vegas
on. You
Raiders.
had your opportunity to pick an NFC
So you know what? You
team
hush.
to compare against, Gary.
You
And
Y'all
you-
are all idiots.
You didn't say Green Bay, so who is your guy? What
I
is
told
your
you
NFC?
Cincinnati.
But who's
They
your,
can't play
who's your
themselves.
NFC
They're
team?
gonna play themselves.
Okay, he says it's
you
he's
know
taking
what?
the field.
No,
you
Atlanta,
got
they're
Green
gonna play
Bay,
Atlanta.
Gary got the field. Oh
Gonna play
my
Atlanta.
gosh! You're going to argue with him about the Bills beating the Packers by
right.
countering with
All right.
Atlanta. You might as well say the Cowboys.
I'm gonna say
are
New
gonna
Orleans.
play.
New Orleans got a shot.
No, not really.
Yeah,
Yes, they do.
COVID shot.
They
Yes,
got some
they-
good players, man.
They got some good players, and I do have a little faith in Jameis.
Okay, so you
I do too.
believe New Orleans has a higher likelihood than the Packers?
Yes,
The
I
higher
do.
likelihood than
Yes.
the Buccaneers.
Yes, Tom Brady's done. I'm sorry. I love Tom
And
Brady.
a higher likelihood than the defending champion, the L.A. Rams.
Did you see Stafford the other night? I did.
Game one doesn't make one game doesn't make a season.
He did.
He's playing
Stafford did not
the
look right.
championship Bills though.
The championship Bills.
That's according to Fortenberry.
They got,
Yeah, I mean,
they
come
got
on.
not smoked, but kind of smoked.
They got smoked, and Stafford didn't look good. He
didn't
was
look
missing
good.
passes.
Okay, so we got two AFC teams. We got the Bengals over here with Gary. We got the Bills over here with Fortenberry. DW, who you got winning the Super Bowl?
I think Bills going to win the Super Bowl.
So we got two Bills. Who are they going to play?
That's the year of Josh Allen. It's Josh Allen. Man.
Who are they going to play? DW.
Packers?
Packers. So
No.
the Bills and
yeah,
Packers.
but-
We got two for the Packers.
I mean,
Actually, we
that's-
got three for the Packers.
that's not
Because I
very-
also
No,
think
it's-
the Packers
So
are going
like
to make the
that's
Super
not
Bowl.
very sexy, right? Because you
All right.
already said Packers.
No, but the Packers is,
probably
they're
the
solid
Packers,
teams.
like Bills.
And I
Packers.
actually like the Bills a lot, and I really like Cincinnati. But I'm going to go out here on a limb. Okay, I'm going to say that I'm going to narrow it down a little bit. I'm going to say that the champion of the Super Bowl comes from the AFC. I'm going to say the champion of the Super Bowl comes from the AFC West, and it's not the Kansas City Chiefs.
The Raiders.
No, I think it could be any of the other three.
The Raiders.
I think it could be the
I think the
Broncos.
Raiders
You
could be
picked the
good,
division?
man.
I like the
picked-
Broncos
He
this
picked
year.
the
I do.
division.
Broncos.
I think Broncos
I
be
do
good.
like the Broncos.
I think that it could. I think the
could
Raiders
be.
may have one of the best teams they've ever had.
Yeah, but my man picked the division.
But
We had a big team.
No, I was narrowing it down. I was trying to make it a little bit interesting, right?
I think it'll be the AFC.
I think it'll be the.
I believe an NFL team will win it.
I got it. NFL teams all the way.
The San Diego Chargers win the Super Bowl.
All right, shut this podcast down right now.
All right.
San Diego Chargers.
Hold on. I'm not.
And they
I'm
play the
not.
Packers.
All right.
No.
So Chargers, I'm not completely against it. Like I'm
The
your
Chargers.
supporter here. I think it's
Chargers. Well,
possible.
actually, I like the Bills the
This
most.
man
but I'm going
also
Chargers.
said Notre Dame was a good team.
Yeah.
They were. And Ohio
They
State
were one
for a
time, you're
half.
right.
They were for a half.
Marshall
But
would
they
like
played.
a
They
word.
played 3 halves or 4 halves that are in trouble.
Yeah.
Marshall would like a word, right?
Yes.
All I gotta say is I can't wait till February when the Super Bowl rolls around and we're looking back at this episode and
Oh,
notice
man.
the Packers didn't make the
Yeah.
playoffs.
Like, all I know is
I can't wait for that.
we
they'll
picked
make the
we picked a
playoffs.
team.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Look, Aaron Rodgers, he is zen. He is in tune
He
with
has
his.
nobody to throw it to.
He's in tune with his bodily harmonics. He can throw it to himself.
Lazard's had his chance to be the number 1 receiver and he has not shown up.
Hey, I've got a little trivia for you.
I did
Go for
not
it.
draft
A
Lazard.
little trivia for you, and it's something that you may actually like win something someday.
Oh,
Brett Favre's first pass in the NFL was to who?
Himself.
That's exactly right.
Is it?
I win.
You know
How
what?
about that bottle
Hey,
of
Brett Favre.
I believe
robbed
his
the
first
state of Mississippi.
touchdown was also an
Hold
interception.
on, time out. Who drafted Brett Favre?
the Atlanta?
That is
Falcons.
correct. It's full circle. Falcons gonna win it all.
So look, why is
You
it
didn't pick, but you didn't pick the Falcons.
I did not.
why is it pronounced Brett
Hey,
Favre?
didn't Brett Favre
When
get
it-
a lot of money for
Favre.
doing nothing?
He did from the state of Mississippi.
He sure
But
did.
Yeah, he sure did.
why
That-
is it pronounced Brett Favre when it's the R in
Favre.
front of the
Well,
V?
that's a topic we're going to talk about.
Favre.
too.
We need to talk about that.
Or
one
did
day.
we already talk
We
about
No, we
had
didn't
it.
talk
Or
about. But,
Okay, just to recap, we got Gary over here going with Cincinnati. We
and
got
nobody else. It'll be
Nobody-
up.
they're gonna
It'll
pay
be
them
up.
well.
I did say the Aints. I did say the Aints.
Okay.
No, actually, you said the Falcons.
He
you
said-
said ain't Green Bay,
Nah,
and
he-
then you said the Saints.
He said Joe Burrow. He gonna lead them all the way.
He gonna be wearing furs out in that
That's
field.
right.
So
We got
That's
Fortenberry
right.
and DW both heavily on the Bills
Bills.
bandwagon. riding
Bill
that
Park
bandwagon.
Packers.
Man, Bill.
let's pick the best team after the first game.
Yeah, and so
Let's
you know,
check that
actually,
out.
I like both
No,
of y'all,
no,
but
no.
I'm going out west, and I'm gonna
Pick a
say
division.
the
I think-
Chargers. No, I'm saying the Chargers.
I
said
think
the
Josh
Chargers.
Allen's a difference.
He's I
maker.
picked the
trying to
state of
home it in.
California.
I think Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, that combo, like it's just good.
Trey Knox is going to be good in that combo
yeah,
too. I
it's
mean,
just
they got weapons.
It's just good, right?
And their defense. Is
You
good.
mean Dawson?
Dawson.
Trey Knox still plays for Arkansas. No, I'm saying-
You know what? But I like Trey Knox too.
The Trey you're thinking of plays for the Titans, right?
No,
No,
that's
that's
Traylon
Traylon
Burks.
Burks.
That's what I-
God.
No, that's what I'm saying. The
No, Trey Knox
The
plays for
Traylon Burks plays for. He played for
Trey
Arkansas.
Knox is
and now he plays
tight
the
end for
Titans.
Arkansas.
Well, look, we're gonna play out
You're a
based on
receiver.
that note. These guys still can't figure out who these players are and who they play for, but they picked a couple of Super Bowl winners.
And we didn't pick a division like some people.
Go out and find us on Apple Podcasts, Google, or Spotify, all the normal places. Visit us at livefromthepatio.com. Hit the like button. Tell us what you think.
Pick these.
Monterey Project.
Hallelujah.
Cause somebody done took from an outlaw. Take my picture down.
Where else
from
can they
the
find us?
courthouse
Did you
wall.
do Facebook?
I'm
You get them on
living in the
Facebook?
clouds and I ain't gonna fall.
Hey, we're on
Somebody
Facebook too,
done
people.
saved this
Outlaw.
outlaw.